It's Elizabeth from Fern Stickers, and I am here to do my September plans. So first I thought I would show you, I always clean this up before I show it to you, but this is what I actually do, is when things get on my calendar before I have the month set up, I just use sticky notes to put everything down. So it's, you know, a little bit of a mess, but this works really well, and then when I go to plan, I know what I have in place. So this is, again, one of the reasons why I always need sticky notes, because I'm using them a lot. And I'm going to be using the Folk Flowers kit, so I think this is a nice one for here for Alabama in September, where it doesn't necessarily feel like fall yet. It's going to be back into the low 90s for the beginning of September, so it's got some fall vibes, but still, you know, some floral elements, not full on fall. So that's why I decided to go with this one. I want to show you how August turned out, and so I've got, I covered up the numbers in my transaction log here, but so I've got my transaction log, then I have my content that I planned out, and this worked really well. The only thing is so all my YouTube videos were planned out, and that worked well. I started planning out Instagram in here, and then it's a stupid reason I ran out of stickers, and I should have just written in with pen, but I didn't. And then with the start of the semester, I was not as good at posting on Instagram. So I'm gonna do this again to have a second monthly layout for my content, and hopefully do better at getting the Instagram stuff planned out. I'm getting this set up early, so I've got some time to think about my content. So I'll be doing this again. And then I've got, let's see, where's the other September spread? Or August spread, sorry. It's back this way. And then here was my main August spread, where I was keeping track of things that were going on. And then my dashboard is here. I still have a few days left in August when I'm filming this, so like all of these work things are very close, but none of them are quite full enough to check off, so I will be working on these. But the other thing too, I did horribly at filling in my habit tracker. So I got this dashboard habit tracker, which has been working really well, so I have been keeping track of my habits, but I've done a very bad job at transferring them over here. So I love being able to see the whole month of habits. So for September, that is something that I plan to work on, is doing a better job getting these habits moved over. So anyway, let's go ahead and pull out September. Again, I won't set up the social media one on camera just because it's gonna be pretty much the exact same thing and not too exciting to do. So I will do that on my own off camera. But so far the rings have been working out really well. I have been enjoying them. So let's get situated here. Okay, and I did, though, I wrote all this stuff down, so I can just pull this off and it'll be okay. Although mostly it's got the dates on it, so I think if I put it off to the side, I would be able to tell what I was doing, but it's, I did write them down. So, all right, so first things first, time for some whiteout. Also, it is thundering right now. I don't know if that sound is going to show up on camera or not. And let me grab some stickers here to go up against the edge. Well, now that I'm actually, this is dark enough. Okay, I'm just gonna, I hate having to do a ton of whiteout if I don't need to. So this is dark enough that I'm just gonna get this really dark flower here, but then I think that I'll be able to, the rest of it should cover up pretty well, so I don't have to do excessive whiteouting. All right, that should be better. Okay, so September. So this will be, let's see, I need to do my, oh actually no, I don't need to do, I'm not doing the quail, sorry, I keep like being ready to talk to you about other stuff, and then I'm talking to myself about actually putting down stickers. But for this one, the edge to edge, it is not as bad as doing it in the coil, so I think I can just do it like this. Perfect. But it does help to turn it upside down. And this is another advantage of being in the rings, is you can pull stuff out and put it upside down and do what you need to make things work. Got a little whiteout hanging over there. Perfect. And then I will go ahead and re-punch those. So that I can put it into the rings. Excellent. Okay, so September will be I don't know, feeling like I'm really back into the swing of school. Although it is weird that like Labor Day falls later than normal, or I feel like it falls later than normal, or I guess it falls later than normal relative to school, because often Labor Day weekend is like the first weekend back to classes, which is always a little weird to get a long weekend right away, but also kind of nice. But this year it comes after the third week of classes, so, which I don't mind, it's because it's kind of nice to get a break after you've actually been working a little bit longer. So not too bad. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in my sidebar. So the things that I put over here are like things that I need to do that don't have a specific deadline, but also aren't like big projects. Like these are sit down and do once kinds of things. So this is like when I have extra time. So this is a grad student who I need to write some letters of recommendation for, and then I need to do a journal review. So those are the kinds of things when I have like extra time at work, I can do those things because those are like a few hour projects to have on my radar. So that's what I like to put there. Then again, I keep like starting to talk to you all and then realizing that I need to think about stuff. So I just need to stop and think about doing the Monday start. Okay, so that means that I will need 3 days over here. And actually, I'll just have that go all the way to the edge and just use my scissors to trim that off. That makes it easy. And then it'll be 2 days over here. Okay. Then I need to put in my days. And my tweezers are probably buried under some stickers off to the side. Yes, they are. So anyway, yeah, so this will be the month where I think it like feels like, okay, we're really back to school, really doing this thing. But it also is weird too, because it's, you know, now every month, since I'm due December 1st, every month it's like, okay, now it's 3 months left. So September will mean 3 more months, which is both a lot of time and not very much time, because I think at the beginning it felt like I had so much time until this baby was going to be born, and now it's like there's a lot that I need to do. So it feels like both of those things simultaneously. We should be getting, our in-laws will probably be coming, or my in-laws, I guess they're Brian's parents, will be coming at some point later in the month to help us with some stuff. The big one being helping us to get my garden put together, because it would be really nice to, it'd really be really nice to be able to plant some cool weather crops this fall. But if nothing else, I just want it to be ready to go in the spring. So definitely we'll be working on some big projects over the course of this month. All right, and then let me put the holidays in. And I'm putting them a day forward because I will be renumbering this in a moment. And we also, too, when the day that I'm filming this, my sister is being induced. So I've mentioned before she had been having labor for almost a month. Well, actually, no, it's been exactly a month because it was 35 weeks when she started having contractions. So she's been having contractions for a long time. So we are very glad that she can finally have this baby. So I will have another niece before too long, but she'll end up being, she was due in early September, but she's gonna end up being an August baby. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and put the dates down, and I will speed you through this because this is the least exciting part. Okay, so I've got my date dots down, so now let me put in my plans for September. And let me grab the sheet here. So I will, first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and just write stuff down here and then give the ink a second to dry. So I'm taking Luna to the vet for her annual appointment, which is not Luna's favorite thing. She's surprisingly good about actually being at the vet, but the biggest thing is the drive. She does not love going in the car, and she's only been in the car to go to the vet and to move here, so she has not had very many car rides, but she just meows the whole time, and it's just like sad little pitiful meows, you know, meow, meow, meow. So driving her there, and it could be closer, so yeah, taking her to the vet is always interesting, but it'll be good to do. And fortunately she has been a very healthy cat for her age, which is great. But I do have a couple questions. Like I talked about her mats and her fur, and also too, weirdly, I feel like there's something that's different about our floors here. She's declawed on the front. She was declawed before we got her, which again is even worse that her previous owners left her outside because she was declawed. But she's declawed on the front, but her claws on the back never got too long before. But since we moved, they haven't been like wearing down naturally, so I'm not quite sure what's caused the difference. But again, just like she doesn't like to be brushed, I'm pretty nervous to get near her to trim her claws, so I need to talk to the vet and see if we just need to bite the bullet and take her to the groomer to get both her claws and her, yeah, get her claws clipped and get her shaved, which would be very sad, but it just might be what needs to happen. Okay, then HOA meeting here. And this is on the 26th. All right. Then I'm realizing too, I've got a standing meeting that will be, okay, those 2 days. So let me go ahead and put that in. And I'll need to look up later. I have my next doctor's appointment, which will include the gestational diabetes test. It's coming up somewhere in here, but I forgot to write that down, so I will need to look that up, but I will do that later. So I think that those are my plans at this point. So that is what the monthly view looks like. So let's turn to doing the notes page. So first I'm going to set up the transaction log, and I'm thinking about, I feel like I did this very inefficiently last month, and I'm trying to think about what I want to do more efficiently. So I'm going to cut off the date because that part doesn't really matter to me. So I guess I'll just, oh wait, I need to put this down first so I know I know how far I'm going. So I guess I can just, oh yeah, this, Elizabeth, this is a way easier way to do it. I'm just going to vaguely center it and then trim off the edges. That seems like a much better way to do this. Then I feel like I messed around with an X-Acto knife for way too long last month. There we go. That looks good. And then I guess the question is, do I want this to go, I guess I don't want that to go all the way across because I'll lose the balance part of things, which I do want. I'll trim off the date and here to make this fit, and okay, perfect. All right, that works out nicely. And then I'll go ahead and stick one of these pieces of skinny washi down at the bottom because I don't need them for the monthly view this month. All right, as long as I'm just cutting stuff with scissors, I'm just gonna cut this with scissors, and that works. All right, so that is my transaction log set up. Then we've got the dashboard. So I've got the kit here, and I did go ahead and put in the habits that I want to track, and I will try to be much better this month about putting it in so I can see at the end of the month how I did on everything. Let's see if I can get this down straight. Excellent. So we also have, or I guess I also have some fun stuff this month for Fern Creek. So the Advent calendar goes on sale September 1st, and I am so excited about it. I was excited last year, but this year I'm super excited, especially since the artwork is exclusive this year. And I've got the artwork now, and I just love how it turned out, and I think you all are really gonna like it too. So that's gonna be a lot of fun to work on making everything and getting it bundled up. And I just feel too like I know what I'm doing this year, so it's also, that's fun. Like there's something just that's satisfying about being like, I know what I'm doing, I know what to expect, this is more familiar territory. And then also guess I kind of hate it when people talk about secret projects, but I don't want to say anything yet in case it doesn't work out. But I'm working on something for Black Friday, and I just got samples ordered this week. So I'm really hoping that the samples turn out well so I can go ahead and do it. But I need to go ahead and finish designing everything that I'd want to order, which could end up being a waste of time if the samples don't turn out well, because I like essentially ordered one kind of something, but I would be ordering a bunch of this something, but I need to get them all designed so that if the samples turn out well, I can get them ordered right away so that they will get here for Black Friday. So I'm excited about that too, because it's a fun, creative project. So that kind of stuff is really always exciting for me to work on and gives me a lot of energy. All right, so I got all those flowers whited out, worked out pretty well. I guess there's a little stem right there. And I think what I did last time worked well, although I probably, like, my goal, I wanted to read 50 books this year, and at this point I've realized that's just not going to happen, which is okay. Mostly I've been going to bed way earlier ever since I got pregnant, and especially the first trimester I was going to bed way earlier, so that the time in the evening when I would do reading, I've just kind of lost that time. So I have still been reading a lot, and especially once this summer I kind of recommitted to my reading goal, I made a lot of progress again, which was great, but not enough to get to 50 books, but again, that is okay. So will I read 4 books this month? Probably not, but I will at least read some books. I have book club reading for sure always, which is good, and then I'll probably read, I'll read something beyond that. So I'm reading right now Firefly Lane, which I'm really enjoying, and it's a little longer. It reads pretty fast though, but it's just the start of school has wiped me out, so I have been too tired to read some evenings, but I'm really enjoying it. But it's also, like, speaking of that, it's just really interesting to see adaptations of a book to a show, because there are choices, like there are things that are in the book that I'm like, oh, I think they should have included that. But that said, the show is going to have a second season, and the way in the show they were doing things like flashing back and flashing forward, it's very possible that some of the details that were left out could be put in still. Okay, I'm going ahead and putting in these check boxes for my work stuff. I still have to, because I'm filming this again a few days before September begins. I need to spend some time still and like figure out what I am doing for stuff this month, what I want to get done. So I am going to just fill that out for now, but I need to come back and actually spend a little quality time figuring out what my goals are for the month and putting them in. So again, I'll put like work stuff here and home stuff, home projects over here. So I think that is everything for my September monthly view. So we've got, again, the monthly view, and then I'll make a second one of these with last year's inserts that I have to plan out social media. And then I've got my transaction log for my allowance and my dashboard, which I will continue to fill in. And hopefully when I do the October plan with me, I will be able to show you a very nice full habit tracker here. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you are getting your September plans all ready to go and have some great things ahead of you for the month of September. I'll see you all again soon. Bye everyone.